It was May 6th, 2014. The Dermonds were expected at a neighborhood Kentucky Derby party. They never showed. Their friends, puzzled, tried calling. No answer. By the third day, one friend, alarmed, drove to their house. He stepped into the garage and froze. Russell Dermond's body was slumped near his car. He'd been decapitated. His head gone. No blood on the walls, no signs of struggle. Just gone. The friend stumbled backward, dialing 911 with shaking hands. But the horror wasn't over, because Shirley was nowhere to be found. Detectives arrived, expecting to find signs of forced entry. There were none. Nothing stolen. Jewelry, money, untouched. It wasn't a robbery. It was something colder, something personal. The sheriff said quietly to reporters, "Someone wanted to send a message. We just don't know to whom." But what message could possibly warrant this? Who would want to behead an 88-year-old man and take his wife? For 10 days, search teams combed the woods, the lake, the roadsides. No sign of Shirley Dermond. Until, on May 16th, a fisherman made a discovery that turned the case darker still. Near the quiet waters of Lake Oconee, a shape floated gently in the current. At first, it looked like driftwood, but when deputies pulled it ashore, they knew the nightmare had deepened. It was Shirley Dermond, 87 years old, bound with cinder blocks and weighted down. Her cause of death, blunt force trauma to the head. The sheriff called it one of the most disturbing crimes he'd ever seen. Russell decapitated, Shirley drowned and beaten, and not a single clue about why. The Great Waters community was supposed to be safe. It had gates, guards, and cameras. But none of the cameras had caught anything suspicious. Neighbors described the Dermonds as kind, private, and utterly harmless. They'd lived quietly since Russell's retirement from his fast food franchise business. Their children were grown. One son had been murdered years before, a drug-related shooting in Atlanta. But investigators found no link. Still, whispers began. Could this have been revenge or something else entirely? Police believed 2 or more people were involved. The bodies were moved with precision. The decapitation likely done elsewhere. This wasn't random. It wasn't messy. It was surgical. Some thought it might be a professional hit, others a personal vendetta, and a few, even darker, suggested ritualistic motives. But no DNA, no weapon, no witnesses, only silence. An FBI profiler called it an anomaly in American crime, and to this day, that's exactly what it is. Years passed. Lake Oconee's shores healed, but the community never did. Every ripple in the water seemed to whisper their names, Russell and Shirley Dermond. The sheriff, now retired, once said, "I think about them every day.
We had everything but a suspect. No arrests, no confession, no answers. Just the weight of mystery sinking beneath that lake's calm surface.
Some stories refuse to fade. This one lingers, not just for its brutality, but its absence of reason. Russell and Shirley lived a lifetime of decency and died in unthinkable cruelty. And perhaps that's what makes this story so haunting. Because evil, in its purest form, is not always loud. Sometimes it walks quietly into a home by the lake and leaves nothing behind but silence. If you ever visit Lake Oconee and you feel the breeze shift suddenly cold, remember them. Because someone, somewhere, still knows the truth. And they've kept it hidden for over a decade.